Folks, today I want to talk about the single airline stock that's preparing for takeoff. I love it. So, unless you've been hiding under a rock for the past quarter, you're probably not surprised to hear that airline stocks have seen a brutal sell-off, one of the worst ones in modern history, due to the unexpected COVID-19 pandemic. Folks, even Warren Buffett, the king of value, turned his back on airline stocks quickly after the pandemic started. While I do believe it's going to take some time and patience to see the industry back on track, the road for recovery is going to be bumpy, or turbulent, for lack of a better word. Airlines have been plagued with reduced capacity traffic resulting from the COVID-19 for several months now. Revenue evaporated as a result of government-induced bans on non-essential travel. And by mid-April, the industry, it was toast. While the setback is certainly sharp, it's not the first one faced by the industry, the airline industry. We've seen 9/11, SARS, the Great Recession, and Ebola. And each time the airline industry managed to bounce back often as much as 80 to 100% in less than 6 months following the event. Fortunately, it appears that the airline sector has bottomed and positive news is beginning to show upside ahead. According to industry tracking, total number of flights tracked globally experienced a drought on April 12th at 46,294 flights. Since that time, the number has been gradually increasing. Furthermore, the numbers going through TSA are steadily increasing as well since the lowest level on April 14th of 87,534 passengers screened on that day. I keep track of all of these things. And with the government starting to ease stay-at-home borders and restrictions opening up again, it appears that the worst is finally behind us, at least for now, unless there's a second leg. While I'm not a buyer at the current levels, I'm currently focused on one stock in the airline sector that shows potential for upside over the next few quarters. The stock that I have my eyes set on is Southwest Airline, ticker symbol is LUV. Now, one of the reasons why I like LUV is because the stock was the strongest airline stock going into the pandemic and continues to show relative strength, and it's the only domestic airline to hold an investment-grade rating by each of the three major rating agencies. That's huge. The company's strong performance and balance sheet has afforded it relative luxury of not needing as much federal relief as its competitors. The company received $3.2 billion in Fed aid from the CARES Act, as opposed to $5.8 billion for American Airlines, $5.4 billion for Delta, or $5 billion for United. Equally as important is the daily cash burn. While American Airlines and Delta are looking at a $50 million per day spent, Southwest is spending $30 to $35, a substantial difference. On a technical basis, the stock is outperforming its three major competitors, and I'm expecting more upside ahead, especially if the trend seen before the pandemic continues. The fact that the company is burning 25% less cash daily and needed less than its largest competitors is telling. While I'm not a buyer just yet, I would wait for the stock to trade above the 200-day moving average, which is currently near the $47 price level per share, substantially higher than the current share price of $37 per share. The company has an investment-grade bond backing it, and with the fundamentals and technicals, I wouldn't be surprised to see the stock start moving ahead in the futures, especially as we get closer to finding the vaccine for the COVID-19 and stay-at-home orders being lifted. Overall, I like Southwestern stock quite a bit at this point.